Dear students, today I will be discussing the state level preparatory question paper of mathematics subject issued by Government of Karnataka. The first section is 4 alternatives are given for each of the following questions. Choose the correct alternative. First question, the degree of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus x cube plus 2x plus 1 is, degree of the polynomial is found out by seeing the highest power of the variable. So here highest power of the variable is 3. So option B, 3 is the correct answer. We move on to the second question. If 2, x, 12 are in AP, x is. If a series of numbers are in AP, the common difference, there will be a common difference between the terms. So here 2, x, 12 are in AP. That means the difference between the second term and the first term should be equal to the difference between the third term and the second term. So here in the working column, x minus 2 equal to 12 minus x. So on transposing, we get x is equal to 7. So answer is option A, 7. We move on to the third question. If a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 represent a pair of linear equations, then a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2 will have the graphical representation of. So there are 3 possibilities here. a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2 will give intersecting lines. a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2 will give coincident lines. And a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2 will give parallel lines. There is no solution. We move on to the fourth question. Volume of sphere of radius r is given by. The formula for finding out the volume of a sphere of radius r is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Fifth question. Sum of probabilities of all elementary events is. The sum of probabilities of all the elementary events of a particular experiment will always be equal to 1. We move on to the next question. PQ is a tangent. Angle BAQ is equal to 55 degree. What is the measure of angle BOA? Here we can see that a circle with center O and a tangent PQ, the point of contact is A. In question it's given that angle BAQ is equal to 55 degree. So angle BAQ is 55 degree. So triangle OAB is an isosceles triangle with OA and OB as the equal sides. So OA and OB are the radii. Angle OAQ is equal to 90 degree because the tangent PQ makes an angle 90 degree with the radius OA at the point of contact A. Therefore, angle OAB will be equal to 35 degree. Since OAB is isosceles. Angle OBA will be 35 degree. Therefore, angle BOA will be equal to 180 degree minus 70, which is 110 degree. Now we move on to the next question. What is the discriminant of quadratic equation x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 0? The quadratic equation general form can be written as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now as we substitute, we are comparing the given quadratic equation with the standard form of quadratic equation. We get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4 and c is equal to 4. The formula to find the discriminant of a quadratic equation is b square minus 4ac. So we substitute the values of a, b and c in the discriminant equation or the discriminant formula, and we get the answer as 0. So the answer is option A, 0. The next question is distance of point P, AB from origin 0, 0 is. This question is from coordinate geometry chapter, and we have to use the distance formula to find the distance from P to O, origin O. So we can take the distance formula x1, y1 coordinates as AB and x2, y2 coordinates as 0, 0, and we substitute in distance formula root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. We get root of a square plus b square. So the answer is option D, root of a square plus b square. Moving on to the 9th question. What is secant of a circle? We need to know two terms, secant and tangent. So in this circle, PQ is a tangent. The point of contact of PQ with the circle is 1, and that is A. And here this line is a secant because it passes through the circle, intersecting it at 2 points M and N. So secant definition is any line which passes through a circle, intersecting it at 2 points. Moving on to the 10th question. State basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. You can see the statement in your textbook, but I'll do the explanation here. So a triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC, which is one of the sides of a triangle. Then DE divides the other two sides AB and AC in the same ratio. This is basic proportionality theorem. That means AD by DB or AD is to DB will be equal to AE is to EC. We move on to the 11th question. Here PQ and PR are the tangents. They have given an angle OQP is 65 degree. We have to find angle RPQ. We have to find this angle. We know that triangles OQP and triangle ORP are congruent triangles. Therefore, angle QPO is equal to angle RPO. Because in congruent triangles, all the angles and all the sides will be equal. We also know that angle OQP is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. This is the angle which the tangent PQ makes with circle with center O at the point of contact Q. OQ is the radius. Since OQP is 90 degree and QOP is 65 degree, angle QPO will be equal to 180 minus 155, which is 25 degree. But since these two triangles are congruent, angle QPO and angle RPO are the same. So, angle QPO and angle RPO is equal to 25 degree. Therefore, angle RPQ, which is the sum of these two small angles, will be equal to 50 degree. Now we move on to the next question. The next question is the total surface area of the given figure is. So here the given figure is a cone with radius r, height h and slant height L. So the total surface area of a cone is given by pi r into r plus L. We move on to the 13th question. 13th question is find the median class of the following frequency distribution table. So to find the median class, we need the cumulative frequency. Here we can see that the total number is 20. So we take n by 2 or half of 20, which is 10. The value nearest to and greater than 10 is 14. So the class corresponding to 14 will be our median class. And here it is 20 to 30. So the median class is 20 to 30. Next we move on to next question. If the nth term of an AP is 5n minus 2, what is the second term? So nth term of an AP is 5n minus 2. So second term you can substitute 2 in place of n. We get A2 is equal to 8. Next question. A fair coin is tossed once. What are the possible outcomes? If a coin is tossed, there are only two outcomes. It should be either head or tail. Now we come to the last question of this section. What is the area of remaining part of a circle of radius r is equal to 7 cm if area of a sector is 22 cm square? So here we know that total area of circle is pi r square. So remaining part is pi r square minus 22. So substituting the value of r 7 and pi 22 by 7, we get answer as 132 centimeter square. So we have come to the end of section 2 of the question paper. Now we will move on to section 3 in the next video.